Hey guys, it's here doing another audio commentary for WCReplays.com. Get the replay paused at the 2-minute mark. I repeat, get the replay paused at the 2-minute mark. This audio is copyrighted 2006 by WC Replays, so don't go stealing it or anything and claiming it's yours. This game is basically going to be nightelf versus human on Turtle Rock. Sent in to me by a friend here, one of my friends on Battle.net. I've known him for ages and he's a really good player, so I'll try and explain what he's doing, and he's given me some of his thought process on MSN and stuff. So in my early member audios I did a lot of human versus nightelf commentaries, like a lot. I think like about half of my games were nightelf versus human, and one of the great strategies that I found really effective is Dark Ranger. Okay, Dark Ranger basically means that A, he won't be able to rifle push you, B, he won't be able to use his excellent epitome of balance caster army on you at late game, and third, you'll be able to use his units against him, because the human army is basically made up of lots of low health units. So Dark Ranger plus Panda is a great combination in this matchup, especially on Turtle Rock. I'll try and get a replay where we have a Dark Ranger and a Panda owning it up on Turtle Rock from one of my next audios. We'll see how that turns out. But this audio was seeing a Demon Hunter and a Naga. So, yeah. Now, I don't think heaps of people really understand the awesomeness of Demon Hunter and how they should be playing him. Like, I get questions like, should I be creeping or harassing with my Demon Hunter versus human? Or what should I be doing with my Demon Hunter? Well, it's important to take advantage of your scouting wisp. You want to leave it somewhere where you can like a big camp. Like I'll talk more about that later in the game when the game starts. But you want to leave it somewhere where you can see if he's going to be creeping out a big camp or something. Now the Demon Hunter you constantly want to be harassing. He's basically he's a great tank, and he opens up a whole load of possibilities. He's really good for harassment. He's great for keeping tabs on your opponent and keeping him low level and forcing. He's great if you like that aggressive style of play. If you don't really like that aggressive style of play, then I recommend Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger, yeah, talked about it before, but yeah. You can also go Panda, but I wouldn't recommend a Panda on this map because it's difficult to creep out most camps with just archers and a Panda, I suppose. Yeah, so I hope you're at the 2-minute mark, and if you're not, pause the audio and sync up. Unpausing in 3, 2, 1, unpause. Alright, so just a regular DH Archers build and a moonwell constructed on the side, not in like the general area. That's because if it was close spawn, I suppose, then it'd be a lot easier, or he'd buy himself a couple of like maybe 5 extra seconds while blue looked for his moonwell. His second moonwell, sorry, and just some AOW creeping. Now, a lot of elf players choose to AOW creep instead of just directly run to the human's green camp, because the thing is, he'll be most definitely creeping it out with, if he's experienced, he'll be creeping it out with militia and his feetmen. That's because you can clear the camp and be off to your next camp before the Demon Hunter even arrives. So, if you can, like if it's not close spawn, then feel free to AOW creep, because the quicker you get to level 2, the easier it is to harass, because evasion is not bad. Like, it's pretty great for I suppose it's a great help. Now, as I said before, using that wisp, you can see up the top near the orange camp that he's using the wisp to make sure he's not creeping, to make sure blue's not creeping out the orange camp. So you want to take full advantage of that wisp. Also, blue has done a 2-farm tech. Basically what this is, most people will do 3 farms. What this is you get 3 footmen and you get about 6 or 7 peasants, and usually you'd have a few more, but the thing with this is the tech is quicker, so you're on par with the Night Elf's tech, and you can pick up your Naga at the same time he does, leaving you like so. Most of the time, if you do three farms, then you'll have your Naga or second hero a little later, which can be a problem if the elf player cause you some damage in the early stages of the game. And one of the ways you can exploit the 2 farm tech is if you run into his base and start messing with his peasants and forcing him to call militia, because this is very economically sensitive. So if you can make him call militia a few times, then he's wasted a bit of gold, so he'll be slower on the second hero and putting his getting his rifles out and stuff like that. Also, if you see an early blacksmith, then 100% rifles, so he'll definitely be getting rifles. And that wisp comes in useful once again. HaNdFisH finds out where blue is creeping, and he's able to slow him down. Now, if you plan on if you think he's going to rifle push you, then the most important possible thing you can do is, at this stage in the game, before you both have your Naga, is preventing him from getting level 3. If he's gone level 3, then he's going to have level 2 water elementals, and that's going to suck up a lot of your Dryad's mana to dispel. And if it's sucking up a lot of your Dryad's mana to dispel, then conversely, your Dryads aren't going to have enough mana to dispel slow. So it's right. Generally, what people will do is they'll get Sorks if they have level 3, because that'll mean that the Dryads are wasting mana dispelling the water elementals because they have a lot of health. Human players will get priests if the Night Elf player delayed him from getting level 3 on his AM, because it's better to have 25-second healing than it is to have Sorks wasting mana, because having your slow being pretty much nullified by, I suppose, Dryad's dispel, because they have so much mana. So what we're seeing here is just basically some harassment. As I was saying, it's very important to get your Naga out, so pay close attention to your food count and wood constantly before you hit T2. Yeah. If we check HaNdFisH's base, you can see he's putting up an Ancient Protector. If he's going to rifle push you, then it's really important to make sure that you have some sort of way to defend it. Either put up a second AOW and research Nature's Blessing, or put up an Ancient Protector. Whatever you do, just do something. Now, at this stage in the game, when both players have a Naga, now it's important to try and delay him. With a Naga, it basically means you'll have a staff. So if you have a staff, it'll be a lot easier to save your units. Now, there are a couple of ways to play this. You can either stick around at tier 2, get about 8 or so Dryads, and really try and put some hurt on him, so that if he tries and rifle pushes you, then he'll be unsuccessful, because you have Moonwell's AP and heroes, and he's lost a lot from your harassment. Or you can mass Dryads, which is a bit risky. Or you can do what HaNdFisH is doing and tech to tier 3. If you take the tier 3, it's important to get at least a couple of Dryads, because it's going to help you a lot on the defending of the push and on the harassment. So what we're seeing here is HaNdFisH just trying to delay level 3, just trying to delay getting the human player getting too many rifles or